combo guard, can guard ones or twos. He's 6'3", but very strong, so he's able to defend shooting guards pretty well.
Talk about Jarrett Jack's versatility. He can play on or off the ball.
Yeah, he's really rock solid. He gives you everything you want in a combo, starting or backup guard. He's a good spot-up shooter. When he has the ball in his hands, he can get in the lane. He creates for others, and I like his fearlessness as well.
Pass to Bogdanovich. And Jack, here we go. Here's Lopez. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws.
Brook Lopez, an elite scoring big man. Tremendous size and shooting touch. He might be the best low-post scorer in the NBA.
Nelson's checked in for Ty Lawson.
And for Brook Lopez, always gifted offensively. That's a given. Where he's improved, I think, is in his defense and rebound. It takes a lot of effort to move that big body around, but he's made that commitment to really get after it, and it shows.
Chandler kicks to Gallinari. Shot clock at 5. And that one's good.
He had his head on a swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Jack again. It's Nelson. It's Anderson with the drive. And he banks in the layup.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Gallinari is out there with Hickson. Then it's Jameer Nelson. Then there's Foy. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Nets trailed by 3. Rebounded by Jameer Nelson. Brooklyn making some changes. Earl Clark's checked in for Young. Brown comes in for Bogdanovich. Darren Williams is subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Hickson a screen on Williams. Nelson, no one around him. Another 3 for Denver.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Here's Williams. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane. Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Johnson, the pass to Clark. Back to Johnson. Johnson left side. That's short off the rim.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Nelson outside. Kicks to Hickson. Hickson sets the screen for Nelson. Back to Hickson. That's good. Hickson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nuggets.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
You know, one of the things the Nets did last year that was pretty impressive, they found value in a number of players who had been overlooked by other teams in the league.
Nelson kicks to Hickson. No dice from the high post. On the wing, Johnson. And the rebound by Nurkic. Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Kenneth Faried's checked in for the Nuggets. Lawson comes in for Jameer Nelson. And now let's have a look at the NBA's top snipers, shooting guards with the highest percentage from three-point territory over the last month. You take a look at Foy, one of the best shooters in the NBA, top 5 in the league at this moment.
Well, you don't have to be a great shooter to play two guard, but it definitely helps. And pretty much all these guys fit into that great category.
And with any of those guys, when they get on the roll from three-point land, I mean, it can last for a while. We're talking a long time.
Here's Lawson after Joe Johnson scored. Misses from short range.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And Williams, here we go. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Brook Lopez is checked in for Clark. Alex Anderson in for Brown. And a switcher also for Denver. Chandler's checked in.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And Brooklyn has possession after the Nuggets pick up 2. Williams dishes to Anderson. It's stolen by Lawson. And the Nuggets pushing it up now.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Nobody near Williams. No good on the triple.
Their free throw attempts have really fallen off here in the second quarter. Not as aggressive.
Yeah, if they want to avoid going into the half with this deficit, they need to stop settling for these long jump shots and attack the rim. You know, with the time left, they can trade 2 for 1 here.
If they hurry.
Johnson attacking. Blocked.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
Good. Foy's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Here's Johnson. No luck. Some solid defense from Faried.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
With 1 on the clock. And we're through 2 here in a good one. Denver on top, up 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Been a stellar outing in this one for Foy. 15 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Steve, Kenneth Faried really raised in the game. There's so many great stories when he was young. He was challenged by his family in so many ways on the basketball court.
Yeah, the story goes that his father once dunked on him and said, never let anybody do that on you again. And apparently his mother told him they'd never pass him the ball unless he was tough enough to go get the rebound. So tough love, but apparently it worked.
Inside is Plumlee and Lopez. Brown out there with Darren Williams. And it's Johnson in it, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Johnson's got 9.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Nuggets sit statistically in the NBA right now. 5th in rebounding, 6th in fast break points. And this is also what I would call a pretty solid offensive rebounding team. I mean, they've got a top 10 ranking in the second chance points category.
And you put all those things together, and that makes this a very tough team. And what really jumps out at me is the rebounds, Clark. And this is a team that controls the paint. If you're going to miss a shot, the ball seems to be theirs almost every time. That allows their transition game to get going. And then at the offensive end, they'll pound you on the offensive glass as well.
Denver foul call.
And you talk about Fareed's upbringing. His mother, a high school basketball star in her own right, was fighting for her life against the autoimmune disease of lupus. She demanded that he battle just as hard on the court. And you can't discount that in driving Fareed to his greatness.
Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Jack comes in for Darren Williams. And Jack, here we go. Elbow shot. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been back down to 3 on the basket from Johnson. Johnson's got 5 points now in the quarter. Lawson up top, defended by Jack. Now the feed to Ford. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got his first points of the game.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Johnson attacking. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup. Johnson's got 13 points. Gallinari passes to Fareed. And that one is stuffed right through.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
The Nets brought in a lot of talent before last season, and even though they had the big-name stars starting, they were actually a very deep team.
6 on the shot clock. And Voigt kicks to Fareed. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Fareed's got 6.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Guys, as you said, the Nets stars got a lot of the attention, but they would go to the bench often, and Steve, it would pay off for them.
Well, they were second in bench minutes played last year and also top 5 in points off the bench. So, you know, this was a deep roster, and it really came through for them.
So for the Nets, Alan Anderson comes in for Joe Johnson, and it's Bogdanovich in for Brown. Denver also making some changes. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Gallinari. And it's Will Barton in for Randy Ford. And the foul on Jarrett Jack. That's his first foul. Right wing from outside the arc. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
Out left to the wing. Nets passing it around. Shoots. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Barton. Thomas. Kicks to Chandler.
And he's in the top